Okay, so this morning I decided I wanted to have some breakfast, and I wanted a quick one. So breakfast quesadillas, I figured it was a great way to use a different take on breakfast. So I started with some bacon because I want to use the bacon grease to actually cook the rest of the food. So I'm just going to fry 2 strips of bacon, and I'm using this really nonstick pan that I got from Bed Bath & Beyond. That's really good. If you need a pan that's nonstick, I'll put the name of the pan in the description of the video, so you can do that. And then in the back, I have another pan for the tortilla. I found this is the best way to do it faster. You know, you have to wash 2 pans. Even though you have to wash 2 pans, it's the best way to get the quesadilla done quicker. So um, I'm just going to fry up the bacon. And I want the bacon to be really crisp because I'm not a big fan of chewy bacon. I don't like the way, I don't like the actual texture of chewy bacon. So I like my bacon crisp. So I'll leave them there for a while. And in the meantime, I'm going to make the eggs. So I will crack the eggs. I'm only going to do 2 since this breakfast is only for me. And I don't like a lot of different things in my eggs when I'm going to put it into something else. I just stick with the basic seasonings, salt and pepper. And for this quesadilla, you could do fried egg if you want to, but I like the texture and the taste of scrambled eggs, so I'm going to scramble these eggs, actually. And forgive the camera angle. I'm going to actually get a nice tripod and do an overhead shots for you in the future. So I'm just going to whisk the eggs really quickly with a fork, and just 2 eggs and till they're a little fluffy. And when that's all done, then I'll just season them up. And I'm not a big fan of a whole lot of black pepper. My husband likes black pepper, but I just put a little bit in there, just enough to give it a little bit of flavor. And I am unfortunately a fan of salt, so I probably, don't be alarmed. I'm going to put quite a bit of salt in my eggs. I don't like eggs that are bland, so I put, definitely a couple of dashes of salt in there. You don't have to. You can definitely cut back. And once that's all whisked up, I will just use the reserved bacon grease that I had used, that I made the bacon with, that came from the bacon. So I'll just take the bacon out first, and then I'll use the bacon grease to scramble the eggs. You can use butter if you want, if you don't like the taste of the bacon in your eggs, but I think it gives the whole quesadilla a really nice flavor, very smoky, very flavorful by using that. Most of the time when I do scrambled eggs, I'll just use butter. But for this, I just like the way it tastes with the combination of the bacon and the egg and the burrito. I mean, the quesadilla wrapping. You can actually make this into a burrito, but I like the crispiness of the quesadilla style. And so here I have the bacon grease. It's really hot. So when it's really hot, you just want to make sure that you hurry up and break up the eggs if you want it scrambled. Otherwise, you're gonna have fried eggs, which is fine. You can do this with the fried egg. It'd be no problem. You can add other things like some scallions, some onions, bacon, not bacon, onions, ham, spinach. You could do a lot of different things with this. But I like it because it's versatile. I think quesadillas are a wonderful way to add some variety to what you're eating, instead of just having the basics. Just turn it into a quesadilla. So after I scramble the eggs, then I'll deal with the actual tortilla shell in the back burner. I'll switch the 2 pans. And bring it closer to me so I can deal with it closer. It doesn't take long to scramble eggs at all in this pan, especially. It has a really good even cooking surface. It doesn't stick. None of the eggs ever stick. Cheese doesn't stick. So I've just switched the pans here with the tortilla shell, and I put the cheese on first because I want that to get melted, and it's closest to the heat. So I'm just using Mexican cheese, a Mexican mix. And you could use mozzarella, you could use cheddar, Colby, Jack, whatever you want, whatever cheese you like the best. And then what I'm going to do is going to just put the eggs on top of the cheese. Being careful, trying to keep it from the edges of the pan, but keep it at the center of the tortilla. And what's important here is to make sure that your tortilla shell gets hard before you actually try to close it. Because if you try to close it when it's still soft, it will fold up on the other side and things will fall out. And plus, you want that crispy, texture, because it's just what makes it really tasty. And I just add the bacon on top and a little bit more cheese because I want it all nice and cheesy. And I really love this because it's very quick. It's something you can throw together really quickly, and then just eat it and go. So then you just want to wait, but give it about a minute or so till the bottom of the tortilla turns a little bit brown in different places, and then you can close it and press it down. This is the trickiest part of the whole recipe. The whole procedure is to close this without everything falling out, because this pan that I'm using here will stick. The cheese will stick to the pan, and it's just I like it better. It does a good job with the tortilla shell. That's why I use it for this part. So just make sure you try it. I use a knife because I want to keep the filling inside, and I flatten it if I need to. It also helps me lift the edges of the tortilla. But then I just push down the filling a little bit. Make sure I get a good, once it's brown, then I'll do it. So I gave a little bit more time, but once it's done, then I'll just pick it up and then press down with the filling in the middle a little bit. And then use the spatula and the knife to actually close the tortilla shell in on itself. See, it's brown on the back. I like it like that. It makes it's crispy. And I just press it down and flip it over so I can get the other side. Do the same thing. And then I just lift the entire thing out of the pan onto the plate. And then I cut it in half because it makes me feel like I'm eating more. That I have more food to eat when I have two of them. I know it's psychological, but it works. And there you have it. Please like, share, subscribe, and stay tuned for more videos. Definitely will be better quality too. Thanks for watching.